forgive my acts of violence. I'm trying to get all my testosterone and anger out so I could be a little bit more vulnerable and emotional. Speaking of which, we got Rod Wave today and his album Last Lap. I'm not going to bore you with any more details. Let's just go straight in. First track, Turtle Race. Rod's graceful voice and the somber piano really set the tone for this bittersweet album. Track 2, Last Lap. I'm very dispassionate about this track. All he talked about was him crying, him reminiscing, old woe is me ass attitude, like he was the only one with problem. This track almost made me wish this was, in fact, the last lap. Track 3, Apply Pressure. I wasn't impressed by the beat. Rod was spinning at first. He had a hard start, but he kind of got lazy in the middle to the end. Track 4, 25. This track was a well-needed change of pace from his last track. Fuck Fame featuring Lil Yachty and Lil Baby. This track has a warm ambience to it. It was also the first time I heard that Lil Yachty had a kid, so, I thought that was dope. All in all, they all accomplished their mission on this. Track 6, Federal Nightmares. Yeah, this shit's just not clicking with me. Rod was spinning and all that, and the beat was cool, but, this is the type of shit that I would think it would be cool around 2007. Track 7, Angel with an Attitude. Other than the repetitiveness of the pain he feels inside his chest, which he's been crying about since track 2, I'd seriously recommend he go see a doctor. This track got a country vibe to it, and Rod's vocals really blossomed in this track. Track 8, The Best. It kind of reminds me of that one YNW Melly song. The choir did fantastic on this. Rod was decent lyrically, but he still executed all the same. Track 9, Nevermind. I'm not a big fan of country, but this track was pretty solid. Track 10, Mike. Even though Rod's vocal range was impressive on this track, the song in its entirety was lackluster to me. Even Love. Not only is this track very monotonous, it sounds like all his other country tracks on this album. Waited Too Late. This is one of the only tracks so far that has any type of replay value. Dare. I'm into this song heavy. And Rod surprised the fuck out of me because I thought this was another nigga rapping on this track. Track 14, The Mess They Made. This shit is a soothing slammer.
Corny!
And I'm fucking with it. Track 15, Karma. There wasn't a whole lot of tracks on this album that I really resonated with, but this track was one of them. Spaceship. Whether I like some of his production songs or don't, I gotta say, TNT XD is really eating on this album because almost all of Rod's songs are produced by him. I could be wrong though. But all in all, this track was hilarious. Rod literally rhymed pussy bitch with pussy bitch, and the outro was kind of funny too. So, Lost in Love. It's a cool song. The beat was high paced and Rod really brought that aggression, which I like. But this track was very uninspiring to me. Track 18, Bachelor. This should kind of have a triumphant tune to it. I could dig it. Track 19, Scared Love. In the beginning, I was kind of losing focus of the track. I'm not gonna lie. But Rod brought me back in when he intensified his vocals. And, props to him for doing that. Falling Fast in Love. Rod was talking that shit on that track. Track 21, Passport Junkie. If there's one thing I didn't think I was going to come into this album, I did not think that Rod would be dropping bars like that. This is a good song. Track 22, Iran. I ain't gonna lie, I did too from this boring ass track. Jersey Numbers featuring Rilo. When I heard Rilo's verse on that Lil Baby album, on the last video, I thought Rilo was just an intense mumble rapper that I'm probably not going to like his music. But not only was he coherent on this track, he was also the better part of it. So that was The Last Lap by Rod Wave. And out of 23 tracks of this long, arduous album, 16 of them were pleasant to listen to. I'm going to be blunt. This album is just not for me. A lot of people have been telling me this isn't Rod's best work. I should have listened to this album. I should have listened to that album. And I listened to a couple of songs of his in the past. And I know I say that a lot about all the artists I've had on this channel, but, like I listened to a couple songs of his in the past, and they were extremely more better than like this album. But that was in the past though, and this is his recent project, and it's just, I'm just not feeling it. However, like I could see why people like Rod Wave. I could see the hype between him. He's a really talented artist. So, anyways, bro, like, if you go to Rod Wave strictly for like his depressing songs that will help you get through whatever it is you're going through, hope you get out of it, then this album's for you. But if you're like an average, like Rod Wave listener who likes his older shit better and shit, I mean, this, I'll recommend it. Like, this is probably going to be a good album for you. But I listen to different shit to like get me through whatever I'm going through. But anyway, that's enough about that. What do y'all think? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me why in the comment section. Y'all take care now. Stay blessed.